Welcome back to Film Gob everyone, it's Shaker here, and it's time for another review. This is for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, recently I did this video, how to review Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where I picked out some of these reviews and I was a bit skeptical about what they were saying. You know, they were praising this movie or like really hyping it up, and I thought, well, they're all saying the same thing and it's very suspicious, but let's go over some of those claims from those reviews and I'll explain to you if I agree with them or not.
One of my favorite animated movies of 2018, one of my favorite movies of 2018, one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, period.
Now, some people claiming it's their favourite movie of the year, the best animated movie of the year. That's difficult for myself. I don't watch that many animated films in a year. To me, they're all a little bit samey. Isle of Dogs, it was released this year in the UK. I thought that was amazing. I'm not a huge Wes Anderson fan, but I appreciate that kind of stop motion animation. It's pleasant on the eyes, whereas with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it's very try-hard, it's very obnoxious. If you have epilepsy, you know, this is not the movie for you. Like straight away from the opening of this movie, which is the studio logos, really animated and bright and glitching all over the place, and I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, compared to a lot of DC films that came out this year, Gotham by Gaslight, Death of Superman, Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, if I compare this to those movies, I would say sure, Into the Spider-Verse definitely has an energy to it that those DC films didn't have, but then again, Batman Ninja to me was amazing, and I prefer that kind of animation style, that Japanese anime.
I don't know if there's been a more accurate
it was perfect.
Movie
for
Spider-Man.
You know, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2, they get the character of Spider-Man perfect, and here it's kind of fragmented, it's a bit all over the place. It's something, story-wise, is something we've not seen before. You know, here's an older Peter Parker, he's divorced from Mary Jane, and then you've got, you know, Miles Morales kind of helping him out. They kind of help each other throughout the movie, so that was quite good. But I don't agree that it's the perfect Spider-Man film.
Something new that we haven't seen before.
We've not seen, you know, Spider-Gwen or Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Ham. You know, these characters, we've not seen them on screen, whether it's live action or animated in a movie. So in that way, but when it comes to the animation style, I was kind of put off by this 3D effect. So I was watching the film in 2D, but they still had this kind of ghosting, layered effect where you're seeing things double, characters and backgrounds that just feel blurry, and I know that's what they're going for. To me, it just didn't look right.
This is literally a comic book come to life.
Yes, you know, that can be a good thing, but and a bad thing as well. Seeing words pop up on screen, whatever words the characters are saying, just because you see it in a comic book, I don't want it, you know, splashed all over the place. Miles Morales, his mother, sometimes she speaks in her own language and you don't even know what she's saying, so I thought maybe that was the point where you could have used subtitles or words on screen, but no, they don't, and you don't even know what she said.
Just beautiful.
This should be nominated for Best Animated Film.
If it gets a nomination, I could understand it, because, you know, something has to get nominated. It's not that many great animated movies that came out this year. Oscar worthy, fair enough.
Oh, the music was so good. One of the best soundtracks I think since Black Panther.
Soundtrack was so strong.
Oh, the music was so great. It reminded us of Black Panther, the soundtrack. How? Where? I mean, there was one Notorious B.I.G. song early on in the movie, and I'm like, okay, I recognise that. I've heard it 100 times. But the rest of the soundtrack was, you know, coming across as very, you know, for millennials, you know, they like their pop, rap music, whatever style that is, I don't like it. But then again, did he even remind me of anything of Black Panther? But then again, I can't even remember anything about Black Panther soundtrack. So, now I did like the movie. You know, I'm sitting here complaining about it, but I did like the movie. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was fun, colourful. I just thought the animation was a bit too much, over the top. Fun to see, you know, Spider-Ham and Spider-Man Noir, voiced by Nicolas Cage. So that was all cool, right? There's some funny jokes, there's some dumb jokes, some dumb humour in there, but so that's the thing. It's like I played the Spider-Man video game, and that was my introduction to Miles Morales because I've heard about this character. I've seen him everywhere, but I've not really read any of the recent comic books. I keep hearing from some people, oh, he's fantastic, and then you've got other people saying, it's part of the new Marvel comics, it's all SJW, and it's all changing the characters, blah blah blah. I don't really care one way or the other. When I played the Spider-Man PS4 game, and that's my introduction to Miles Morales, I thought that was done really well, and that was more of a, serious tone. And here, because it's an animated film, everything needs to be dumb and stupid, and everyone's telling jokes, and everyone's clumsy. I'll tell you what Miles Morales reminded me of in this movie. Would you like to know? Here's what he reminded me of.
Pow.
So even though I didn't mind the story and the plot and the setting and all these kind of things, some of the characters and some of the humour, the action, I did like quite a lot of it. But just compare it, because in the back of my mind I'm thinking, that Spider-Man PS4 game had a better story and characterization of Miles Morales. So I'm kind of conflicted. I didn't mind Kingpin. I liked the kind of look of him, his his voice, his accent, very different from the Daredevil Kingpin that we know, but he had the whole kind of Vanessa angle in there. He's trying to bring her back from another dimension and all that. At the end, Spider-Gwen, she completely friend zones Miles Morales just when you thought there was something between them. So it was a bit of a embarrassing moment. Very rarely do I watch an animated film and go, wow, that's memorable, I love it, I'm going to rewatch it. This, not so much. So I will give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 3.5 out of 5. Click that like button, share, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Shaker, and I will catch you later.